I think we are live. Everyone, it's Edward Zia here with my old friend Owen Rogers. Owen Rogers, so good seeing you. How are you today?
I'm very well, Edward. Nice to see you too. Thanks for the catch up, well, the regular catch ups you do. It's really good, very inspiring. Very inspiring,
Now,
but going well.
now, now, I've known you for many years. In fact, to the audience, if you just come in, smash that like, sharing, comment. If you're watching the recording, please connect with Owen Rogers. Owen Rogers and I go back many years, and Owen Rogers and I originally met through the business chambers, and you used to run a massive networking group. I remember us meeting there. You would pack out the room with hundreds of people. Tell us all about that. I loved your old days and the networking days, Owen.
Yeah, that was three of us: myself, my brother, youngest brother Martin, and Philip Groof. So we had a thing called Humanize, which was fantastic. That needed groups in Castle Hill, Sydney, Penrith. We did a lot of those groups. We had three celebration pillars. So the reason people would join, one is to celebrate your good work, is succeeding in business. So we had a yearly Christmas party included. So we took you to some place fantastic that you would never thought of. I remember the most recent was on the Taronga Zoo. We had the big stadium there, and we stayed there and had all these fun activities, and that's catered for. And then we had the luncheon every month. We get together and meet each other, so like a networking group. But again, some of those would be talking to each other or presenters, or even had there was one where my niece raised funds for cancer, where she shore off her head. So we bid for that. That was fantastic. And then the other one's giving back. So the third pillar is giving back to schools. So all the business people joined and would go into year 10s, year 12s and help them through the process of resumes, getting ready for schooling. And the Garten Group, they employed a lot of staff for McDonald's and things. So they're very supportive, the Garten Group. They were brilliant, and others, but it was empowering, that was. So people gravitated because of the three pillars: celebration, get together and networking, and then giving back. So it fit three goals, which is what our family is all about, really. You go back to our heyday, Mum and Dad, they taught us that. 9 of us, 9 brothers and sisters here. Yeah, so Humanize was. So Martin, we've now put that on hold because of a lot of things, COVID and a lot of stuff. So maybe that will be revisited one day, but just goes back to, I suppose, yourself. What do you give back? What do you enjoy out of work and living? And Humanize to us is one of those things that got everyone together. So, yeah, think about it. Humanize, good word. A lot of people use that now. There's a solicitor here, and he uses it, humanising legal services in his statement. So it's relevant, the word humanize. What are we? We're all humans. So, yeah,
Well, I was going to say, anytime you reboot it, we're right behind you, Owen. And the other thing I want to ask you about as well, is you've been in business for a long time. You've been a very successful businessman in multiple industries. And then we've got Latu Rosenberry with us. Big wave to Latu. We've got Latu here. Latu Rosenberry, one of our friends from Brisbane. Connect with Latu. Like going, Owen, tell me.
Brisbane's good.
I love Brisbane. Tell me about some of the cool things you've learned over the years. Just your big lessons and advice to our audience.
Well, Martin and myself and Dad and Sean, I think, and the girls, we taught a lot from reading and Dad and Mum's ideas. So what we learn over life is life's not about taking, life's about giving. We've learnt that, I don't know, inherently from knee-high to grasshopper. I'm the eldest of 9. We had the last set were twins. I think if Mum and Dad didn't have a twin, we'd probably have a family of 15 kids, not 9. Just saying. But yeah, it's all about giving back. So everything we've done or undertaken is about giving back in some way. And then out of that, you do get rewards. So we don't focus on money so much, apart from you've got to pay your bills. But other things come, and we grow businesses. We give people jobs. Some of the team members we had, especially from multi-lock days, it was 13 years, 9 months ago, they still hang out, still say hello, still catch up. So one of them's in Dubbo, Shannon. And it's really inspiring when, I'll give you an example, when all these different businesses we had, when we do community projects, some of the staff just join in. We don't ask them, they just turn up and join in the community programs. There's one in Penrith we did a long time ago, had to clear a car park, was running out of car park. Someone gave us the access to their premises, but we had to clean it up. So some of my team staff came in and joined. So they're more than a staff, they're like families. We still keep in touch. So I know we find joy out of that. So, and I'm currently doing that now in this business. It's like, how do we help and support people? And at the end of the day, it's what we're here on this earth for, I think. Leave it a better place, as Dad said.
Now, you've seen a lot of people make big mistakes in business and life too.
I have too.
I've made heaps. Okay? I think I've screwed up more than anyone else watching, but I was just going to say, what's one of the biggest mistakes you see a lot of business owners make? And what's your advice on what's the biggest common thread mistake you've seen over the years?
The biggest thing, even for myself, I would say, like we all make small mistakes, but the problem one is we keep a lot to ourselves, I believe. Like I do coaching for a year with Department Industry, HQ and Realised Business. And in that particular year, I realised that's the thing that sticks in people's heads, but you really need to reach out, trust your team, trust your family, have a good goal, a worthy goal, not just chasing gold or something, but really, but talk about it. Like some of those people, I've been lucky, I've had business partners, my brother, my sister, and some others, and I've got a current business partner too, Viv, who's in Queensland. We talk about it, we nut it out. So therefore, it's not a lonely journey, and it's something to share. Because when you achieve something, whether in school or life, it's about that sharing. You don't want to promote it, as in like an obnoxious, but people say, we did that together, team effort. Look what we've got. We've got people in jobs, we've got happy people, we've got employment, we've got a skill delivered, a painting. I even did a painting. Not very good, but I did a painting. Like those things.
Sure, it was great.
So I stuck it on Facebook. People should go and look at it. But those sort of things, like I think the biggest thing is, and don't give up. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. I know you get down, sometimes low. I'll take it up this table. The Tipping Point's a good book. Don't give up. You've got your goal. You don't want to stop 1 foot short. You just don't know. So planning, get support, and network. But network with people who are going to be your friends as well. You're not just chasing a card. You should go to a network group and really get to know people. Like Edward, we met a network group. We've met on a number of things. And here we are 20 years still talking to each other. Regularly too. So it happens. It's not a lonely journey. We're not here to be heroes. We're here to make a difference. So that's what I
used to have this. I love what you said. I used to have this ego problem where, and it was really dumb, and I'll say it publicly here to my own detriment, right? Really dumb. But I used to think I have to do it all myself to prove how amazing I am. So a very egotistical view of the world. And I realized after a while that my egotism is absolutely destroying me. And the moment I went from I need to stop trying to prove something to I'm going to work with everyone, it's like my business doubled in size over the next 12 to 24 months. So
congratulations.
I think it's funny. I think ego, like wanting to, and I'm saying this as a fault of myself, is that I felt like I had to prove myself. I had to show that I'm the best. I had to do this and that. And I'm like, hold on. And one day I had the epiphany. It's like, Edward, do you want to prove to yourself how awesome you are, or do you want to be successful? It came to that point. Do I want to win, or do I want to prove a point? And I said, you know what? I think I want to win. I've got nothing left to prove. Fascinating.
But now you've got followers who are following your travel. So that's something we don't realise when we're single, trying to make something. But if we included people want to do the same things you do. You'll get those people attracted so easily because you're authentic, you're happy, or you're enjoying something. It takes time to realise that you can let go, I believe. I concur what you're saying. And it's good you shared it because it's something probably business people don't talk so much about. And maybe the partners and stuff.
The other thing I was going to ask you about as well, Owen, is you're writing a book. Tell us all about your book, Owen.
Yes, actually, there's 2 books which I'm going to put back to the family shortly. So we ran Poppy Park in 2015. Or let's just say the community ran in 2015, and we went through a lot of emotional things in building it, creating it. A lot of people visited Penrith. So that book's called Poppy Park: The Tale of Two Brothers, a dichotomy between 2 generations. Because that Potley Park started because of our great uncles who died in World War One. The pages. So yeah, that's halfway through. So we're getting the kids. I've asked them to contribute to what they saw and what they felt on the day, and then that'll be ready. And the most recent one is to get finished is called The Power of Zero with Zero Focus. So it's a business book, financial acumen book, budgeting, understanding kids from school, 16, 17, 18, what they're going to learn, how they need to budget. I know we don't teach it to the probably level that we probably need to in school, but I'm hoping this will inspire people. And then out of that, I want to undertake some people who will join us in that journey, our school groups to teach them. So similar like Human Eyes, go in and teach them financial savviness, because if you leave school, get a credit card, get a bad rating, and you don't pay it off, and something goes wrong, you're affected for 7 years in the issue to buy a house, for example. So say you meet someone and you finally get a good job. So it's that initial period that helps. So the Power of Zero is in a nutshell. The Power of Zero with Zero Focus is about us when we were younger. 20 cents was a lot of money and $1 was hard. Now we accept $1 and $2 we donate very easily. So our mindset changes over time. But the affluent entrepreneur knows it's just a zero. So therefore, if I'm going to invest $10 million, okay, what's my risk? What's my appetite? But not emotionally attached to it. So the successful sometimes take that elevated guess, instruction, intuition, and we'll spend 100 million, 200 million. To us, it's like, wow. And we don't even comprehend what 200 million really means. It's just a number. But it can change the world. So people's mindsets have gradually understood zeros, my philosophy is. And I got this from 7, 8 businesses I interviewed over the years, and a lot of people I talked to about their culture of understanding zeros, even culture differences. But now that's what the book is. Hopefully riveting. If not, at least I got one out. I'm hoping it makes a difference. So I have got a website. It's called Power of Zero with Zero Focus. It will be .com.au when the book comes out. And it'll be about education, free education to kids and families who don't understand public finances in the world. So there's many books out there, but mine's just another one.
Oh, no, not true at all. Yours is a powerful one. And I just want to quickly check in with our wonderful fans as well. We've got Tom Carpenter with it. Tom Carpenter, we love you. You rock too, Tom Carpenter. And Lartu Rosenberry makes a good point. I recognize that egocentric self-talk and congratulate you, Ed, for your recognition of it and branching out. And to me, yeah, it's, again, that was one of my things is I got to do it all myself and prove how awesome I am. And it's sort of like, what am I doing? Like, am I more interested in my own ego or winning? And I love what you're all about, Owen, and all your wonderful books and everything. And I was going to ask you, what current businesses are you mostly focusing on these days? I know you've got quite a few amazing businesses. What are you focusing on these days and what's on your mind?
The NDIS. I work within the NDIS as a plan manager, and I got my business partner, Viv, who is in Mackay, Queensland. So we help, we pay the bills basically, being accounting, bookkeeping. But plan manager is about the intermediaries paying bills. But we're taking the next step further. We want to be a networking group to support parents, participants. So like we have networking with businesses, I think networking with participants who want to participate can solve and answer questions as a group, like we do as business people. So we're trying to establish that. We're really focusing on the early intervention, which is under 9s. Because the parents don't get a support coordinator to help them. But just before this call, I was talking to another parent about how we help them through that process. So it's a leg up, and we do the plan management. So the plan management is one part of it, but we want to invest back in the community. So the ultimate goal, if you want to join, is in Parramatta, I'd like to have one fully employed person with disability looking after 300 client participants in that area, between 200 and 300, fully funded, engaged, but keep that so we can answer all the problems, answer all the questions. So we don't have to use these Facebook groups, which are good, but you've got the face-to-face. You don't feel alone. Yeah. That journey is no longer alone. That's getting back to when I was a kid. That's all. Sometimes you feel alone, being empowered in business. Yeah, so the NDS. So if you know anyone with disability who has plan management or wants to chat, give me a ring. Ring up the phone, pick up the phone. talk to anyone about it, how to help them, how to register them, any questions they've got. I'm an accountant in my head, so by numbers I know them all, 01-201, so I can let you know what you can fund and what you can buy. And so like that, we're like the support coordinator for the under 11, under 9s at the moment. And we're getting slow momentum in that area. So if anyone reach out to people, it'd be good. Tell them to give me a ring if you can.
Oh.
Happy to talk to anyone in Australia.
Oh, love it. Owen, thank you so much. I know you're a busy man. We've had a great live today. I just want to ask you for some of your closing thoughts, like any closing thoughts, tips or advice you'd love to give to our audience. We'd love to hear it. And Owen, how can people get into contact with you as well?
Oh, just scream out Owen. There's not been too many of us around. You can go on LinkedIn. I'm on Owen Rogers, Owen P. Rogers, NDS Manager, or my mobile 0423 575 520. I've got to remember it sometimes. Good things to think about is have time for yourself. Think about it's not a lonely journey, and we're in it as a team. Like when I left my last workplace, I keep in touch with them all the time about their progressions and stuff. And you get these comments, oh, it's not the same as your workplace, but make it, when you leave, when you enter a place, make it, and you leave, it needs to be better. You need to improve them, make them happier, the environment happier. We should never go into something half, I don't know what they're called, tinted eyes, going with full specs to make a difference. So, but the main thing is make a difference, be kind to yourself, reach out and be included, be inclusive to people, because you will find those people who just go around you, support you because they've been listened to, they've been looked after, and that's all people want in life. That's all, just to be looked after and listened. Same with us business people. We want to be listened. Someone to listen to us, and then maybe buy a product or two. But
Love it. Owen, thank you so much. Friends, to all those watching, like, share, comment, connect with Owen Rogers. Owen, thank you so much. Appreciate all you do for us.
Edward, thank you for the generosity of your time today. It's been very inspirational. And one word I say, my name is Owen, and we're Gaelic. Because my father, I also say Owen, which is A-W-E-N. It's Gaelic for inspirational. B-A-N. So if you remember Owen, B-A-N, inspirational, you'll always succeed. That's my message.
You were named very accurately, Owen. Named very accurately.
Enjoy. But appreciate your time. Very, very much appreciated, mate. Thank you.
Love your work all. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you. Winners.